Hello and welcome to Introvert Journal. In today's video, we will talk about common fears of introverts, tips for introverts traveling solo or with another introvert or extrovert or traveling solo. It's completely normal for introverts to feel anxious or nervous about traveling abroad for the first time. Here are a few common fears that introverts may have when it comes to traveling abroad. 1. Being overwhelmed by crowds. Introverts may feel anxious about being in crowded places, especially if they are in a new and unfamiliar environment. 2. Struggling with language barriers. If you don't speak the language of the country you're visiting, you may be worried about communicating with locals or getting around. 3. Feeling lonely. If you're traveling solo or with a group of people who are more extroverted, you may worry about feeling lonely or isolated. 4. Facing unfamiliar situations. Traveling to a new place can bring a lot of new and unfamiliar situations, which can be overwhelming for introverts. 5. Struggling to make friends. If you're not used to socializing or making new friends, you may worry about finding people to connect with on your trip. It's important to remember that these fears are normal and that it's okay to feel anxious about traveling abroad. However, it's also important to try and push through these fears and not let them hold you back from having a great trip. By preparing ahead of time and finding ways to cope with these fears, you can have a successful and enjoyable trip. Tips for an introvert traveling solo or first time. Here are a few tips for introverts who are preparing to fly abroad for the first time. 1. Plan ahead. Before you leave, take some time to research your destination and plan out your trip. This can help you feel more prepared and in control, which can be especially important for introverts who may feel overwhelmed by the unfamiliar surroundings of a new place. 2. Seek out quiet spaces. If you need some time to recharge after a long day of sightseeing or socializing, make sure to seek out quiet spaces where you can relax and be alone. This could be a park bench, a cozy coffee shop, or even your hotel room. 3. Find like-minded travelers. If you're traveling with a group or on your own, try to connect with other introverts who may be more comfortable with a slower pace of travel. This can help you feel more at ease and give you someone to share experiences with. 4. Take breaks. It's important to remember that it's okay to take breaks from the hustle and bustle of travel. If you start to feel overwhelmed or drained, don't be afraid to take a step back and give yourself some space. 5. Embrace your introverted personality. It's important to remember that being an introvert is not a weakness. Embrace your introverted personality and don't feel pressure to change who you are to fit in with the crowd. Tips for an introvert traveling with another introvert or extrovert. Traveling with another introvert can be a great experience, as you both have similar needs and preferences. Whereas, if you are an introvert and you are traveling with an extrovert, it can be a great opportunity to learn from each other and have a balanced and enjoyable trip. Here are a few tips for introverts traveling with another introvert or extrovert or solo. 1. Communicate your needs. It's important to communicate with your travel partner about your needs and boundaries. If you need some alone time or prefer to take things at a slower pace, make sure to let your partner know. 2. Respect each other's space. Remember that just because you're traveling together doesn't mean you have to be together all the time. It's okay to do your own thing and give each other space. 3. Find balance. While it's important to respect each other's need for alone time, it's also important to make an effort to socialize and try new things. Find a balance that works for both of you. 4. Plan ahead. Research your destination and plan out your trip to feel more prepared and in control. 5. Seek out quiet spaces. Find places where you can relax and be alone, such as a park bench, coffee shop, or your hotel room. 6. Plan some activities that cater to your introverted nature. If you are traveling with an extrovert, make sure to include some activities that allow you to recharge, such as visiting a peaceful park or spending an afternoon reading in a quiet coffee shop. 7. Find a balance if you are traveling with an extrovert. Try to find a balance between activities that cater to your introverted nature and activities that allow you to socialize and be around others. 8. Consider solo travel. Solo travel can be a great option for introverts, as it allows you to set your own pace and schedule. It can also be a great opportunity to push yourself out of your comfort zone and build confidence in your own abilities. 9. Stay in quiet, off-the-beaten-path locations. If you are traveling solo, choosing accommodations in quieter, less crowded areas can help to provide some much-needed solitude and peacefulness. Consider staying in a bed and breakfast or a small, locally owned hotel rather than a larger chain hotel. By following these tips, introverts can have a successful and enjoyable trip with their introvert travel partner. Overall, traveling abroad for the first time can be a thrilling and rewarding experience for introverts while still staying true to your personality.